Hey all, it's Karen Twin. So first and foremost, I want to use this medium to say a big thank you for more than 100 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So we're going to learn how to drive this V neckline with a keyhole hook. It's very easy. I'm sure you guys are going to understand it. So let's dive in. I'm going to start bringing out my basic bodies from the shoulder to my breast point is 10. I'm sure you all know that. So the underbust 13 and so the half length is 16. That's the waist length is 16. So I'm going to bring out my lines now. There's the underbust line and there's the waistline. I'm also going to name them the bust line, underbust line, and then the waistline. I'm sure you guys know all this by now. So from the bust line, I'm going to go up by 2 inch, and then I'm going to create my chest line, or you can also call it your upper bust line. So for the shoulder is 8, and then my armhole is 16 divided by 2 is still 8, so I'm just going to draw a straight line there. So my neck width is, I'll be going with 3.5. And then I went that by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So I divide my armhole by 2. I went in by half an inch, and I placed my bust point measurement on the chest line there, which is 9.5. I'm going to create my armhole now. So I'm going to create my dart. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'm going to mark 4 for my bust line, under bust, and waistline, and also for the chest line. I'm going to draw a straight line. So I divide my shoulder by 2, which is 4.5. So I got 2.5 or so, 2.25, and I'll connect it to the chest line. So from my underbust, I went out by 1 inch. I'm trying to create my bustier right now, and the other part I went by half an inch. I'm just going to draw a straight line and connect the points together. So from the underbust now, I'm going to use my curve rule and draw a line to the bust, a curved line to the bust point there. I'll do the same thing for the other side. So from the chest line there, I'm going to go up by 1 inch. Then by the time you measure from your shoulder to that 1 inch, you're going to get 7. So if you want your boobs to be more exposed, you can go as well as 8. But if you don't want it to be exposed, 6 is enough. So I'm going to bring out that line now. So that will serve as my neck depth line. So from the center front there, I'm going to go out by 1 inch. Rather, I go in by 1 inch. But I'm sure you guys understand. And I'll connect it to the neck width there. Here you go. So from that point there, I'm going to go out by half an inch for both sides. And I'll connect it with my curve rule to the breast points there. So from the center from there, I went up by 2 inch. I marked 2 inch there. Then from the other bustier point, the dart there, I went up by 1 inch. And then from this up line there, I went up by 3 inch. I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. Then right now, I'm going to create a kind of an angle shape there, a triangle shape there, which is serve as my keyhole yoke. And here you have it. So I'm just going to replace my measurement now. I placed my bust circumference there. I replaced the dart I took, and I also added 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So I did the same thing for the waistline. I replaced the dart. That's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm going to add 1 inch. You can go as well as add 1.5 inch, but 1 inch is enough for me. And I'm just going to connect the lines together. Yep. And we're done with the front part, and we're just going to cut. It's very easy. I'm sure you guys understand. Here you go. I'm going to cut the yoke part right now. So I'm going to place them for you to see. And something like this, you can also attach a peplum to it, or a skirt to make a dress, or a peplum to make a blouse, whichever one you choose. So we are done with the front. We have the center front and the side front. So this will serve as our yoke, and then we're going to go for the back pattern right now. So I took 2 inch inward. That will serve as my zipper allowance. So I'm going to place my bust points measurement here, and then the waistline measurement, which is 16. I'm going to bring out the lines right now. So my shoulder is 8, armhole is 8 as well. So I'm using the neck width of 3.5, the same thing I did for the front pattern. I'm also doing going with 2 inch for the neck depth. I want it to be a bit high. I went up by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I placed my bust points measurement here, and here we create our armhole already. So I'm going to be creating my dart now. I went by 4 inch. I marked 4 inch. I will draw a straight line connecting the points together. So I went by 1/2 inch for both sides for the dart, and here we go. So right now I'm just going to place my measurement, my waist circumference. I replaced my dart, and I also added 1 inch for my sewing allowance or seam allowance, whichever one you choose to call it. So I'm going to tighten the zipper, and in doing so I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch here, and from the chest line there, the bust line there, I went up by 3 inch, and I'm going to connect the lines together. So the next thing to do is to create room for my dart. So from this new point I created, I went out by 1.5 inch. I did the same thing for the neck depth up there, and here you go. I'm just going to bring that out now. But for the back, you can choose to do anything you want. You can also include your loops if you want. So I want something simple. That's why I'm going with this back pattern. So I'm just going to name it the zipper allowance. I'm also going to draw something like an angle so that I know where my dart is, so it will be very easy for me. And then we are done. We're just going to cut right now. So here you have it. And the up part, you can also include your side dart if you wish, and if you don't know how to do that, you can go ahead and watch my previous videos. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you understand it, and for now is bye.